You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. He'll have a first down past the 40. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Bryce Love, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They go with Washington to begin the drive. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
At the 24-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Now Jackson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment. But here, he's one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Jackson throwing again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On first down, here's Love. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins steps away to his left. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads, and you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
They have 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. The 40, past the 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 99 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run again with Love on first down. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. 2nd down, Haskins. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Washington on 3rd and short. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run with Washington. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down now, it's Washington. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught at about the 5. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Jackson now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Nick Boyle. Incomplete. It's 4th and goal at the 2-yard line.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Let's go.
On 2nd and 12, Haskins. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 52 yards.
And the Steelers first down.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They'll run with Love. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 22, Haskins. And he rifles one incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd and short.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. It'll be Love to try and get the first. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Boswell's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
To throw again on second down. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. Tucker 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Love. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. First carry for James Conner. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Conner, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
They'll run on first down. Love. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Hatchet. You go tight. You got tight.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Haskins. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, "I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to."
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Throwing is Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
55. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Fielded at the 20. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Let's go, D.
From midfield now, Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Here we go. Now the wolf. Mike. I'm coming. Sponge. Hopper. Mike 55. I'm coming after you.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. From the left side here, and it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first, here's Washington. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson dancing to his left. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Check it back. Check it.
On first down, Washington. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. 56 to Mike.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Quick throw taken in by Snead. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, his first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker with the extra point, and that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On the carry, it's Love. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. The 20, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Bryce Love, his second touchdown of the afternoon as they have taken the lead. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. On third down, here's Washington. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
It's 4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. He'll return it from the 6. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Love. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
Come on, set. Go to base. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins. Complete. It's Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll run on first down. It's Love. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Back now in Baltimore. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give running right is Love. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now Haskins, 3rd and long, escaping the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson, Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Mike, 55, right there in the middle.
4th down, here's Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Jackson now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Jackson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. They go play action with Jackson. Snead's got it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now the throw is complete. Jackson to Moore. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Off the draw, here's Hill. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Jackson. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. In a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st and 10 is Conner. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. On 1st down, it's Washington. And he's got room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Steelers 41, Ravens 27.